so much for coming to our New Space Festival. This is the culmination of our final practical project module for our MA Suite of Performing Arts programmes, which are acting, directing for stage, directing for screen and applied theatre and professional sound and music. These practical projects are basically our students' version of a dissertation for a practice-focused course, and they've been developing them from a kernel of an idea since February. The first of these, in fact, since February 2024, last year. And this festival is a platform to let those ideas loose onto the world, as a stage to then take this into the professional fringe scene following graduation. We had almost 30 events happening over this 2-week festival, and almost at the end. But I'm going to tell you about the events that we've got today. So the first thing we've got is Things a Bright Young Queer Can Do. And this is a new short play, and it's built from a collection of extensive interviews conducted across the UK with young members of the LGBTQ+ community by MA Theatre directing student Rhys Chant. Rhys, who has written and directed this piece, has brought together an amazing cast of students and graduates from the University of Chichester and beyond to bring this piece to life. And the production has already had its first professional outing at the Chichester Fringe earlier this year. The project is supported by Kitchen Sink Productions and Atlas Bacon, performed by Ev Bell, Cable Hughes, Megan Thomas, Ash Medwin-Jones, Jake Hazel, Alice Rochford and Richard Chapman. After this piece, which is roughly 50 minutes, we'll have a short interval in which we ask everybody to leave and go into the bar and have some drinks for 15-20 minutes. We'll invite you back in for our second play of the night, which is called No Friend to This House. Abandoned by her husband Jason, Medea is left aching and suffering with her 2 children. Whilst Jason is preparing to become king, losing all faith in the god's ability to avenge her, she takes matters into her own hands, but Medea's search for revenge knows no bounds, and soon the ones closest to her will suffer the consequences. No Friend to This House brings contemporary relevance to Euripides' classic, challenging the patriarchal ideas embedded in the text and exploring our relationship with media through its intermedial approach. This text version is adapted and directed by Balanici and supported by Zor and MC Chapman, and performed by Crystal May, Mansour Nara and Joslyn Kalibbala. The warnings for those are there might be flashing lights, infanticide, moment of darkness, adult themes, and blood as well. Without further ado, can you please give it up to our first production, which is Things a Bright Young Queer Can Do.
I love that I'm slowly unlocking my identity. Each new discovery part of the jigsaw that frames itself so beautifully. Creating an image which I took years to discern and dissect.
I'm not picking up for. Oh my god, guys, it's almost 5. We're gonna miss the bus.
Every new expectation, a new rearrangement of who I've come to be.
Every pattern, every fabric, every word and turn of phrase defines and mark the new ways of being me.
There is no blueprint to being queer. That is true. But there are things, there could be things, there should be things that we acknowledge, that we in our experiment and traumas go through.
Come on.
No faces of smiles, not all of frowns either, but the faces of each, the places each, rediscovery of what you thought you knew before you unlocked you and fit all the pieces together.
Excuse me.
Well done for your life, thank you.
There is no guarantee of love afterwards. Perhaps that's why we own it, hold it so closely. The intimacy is not just romantic, but the platonic endurance of one. Not everything is a dance upon a table, but at every table, sitting around it, holds people that you could choose to dance with.
Sorry.
Have you ever sat on a train or the tube, just minding your own business, just hazed out as the world tumbles by at the speed of a dreary November day, and then you look up from your phone or your book, and you see, standing there, the most visibly queer, most visibly gender person you've seen in weeks, and it makes you feel guilty, not enough, and somehow, sometimes not enough, or sometimes guilty, because that day you made every effort you could to pass. Go easy, like, yeah, hoodie, joggers kind of day. Hid away under your clothes so no one can see your genderness. And meanwhile, the most gorgeous, expressed, most perfectly put together, out and proud, genderqueer demigod is standing there opposite you. And you want to smile or nod. You want to show them you're in the team, you're part of the fucking club. But you just aren't. You just don't. You couldn't look more fucking cis white guy if you ever tried. You look the most cis you've ever looked in your life in all the wrong or right ways. But you know there's a part of you that's hiding. And you feel like a traitor, guilty that you couldn't be bothered to put in the effort that day. That blending in was easier when you got up. And you just couldn't face it today. And any look or nod you give them could come across in any way other than how you might mean it. Because there isn't a gay look, right?
Yeah, right.
That's just what your parents say to make your you-ness less other to them. You know, more of a phase, less of a lived experience. That queerhood is just a costume you get to put on and take off whenever you like. Maybe you're proving them right now. But it isn't, not really. And you know it's more than just the clothes and the makeup, you know, the looks, the styles. But that's what feels like the world right now. Because you could not be alone in this moment if you just worn the right fucking clothes to give the hint. And they just look so calm, collected. They look like they know who they are. They aren't scared of judgment. And you know that it doesn't matter how you dress. You're still queer. But perhaps right now, just now, this now, you might like to look a bit more queer. So the person standing opposite you doesn't look so alone. Maybe feel so alone. Because maybe they do, even if they're smiling. I hope they don't feel alone. If it was just the two of us, we could queer up the whole carriage. And who knows, maybe there's more of us here. Maybe there is more than just the two of us. But you never know. Not today. Because some days it's so lonely, right? It's so lonely to be young and queer. The only gay in the village. Even though you know you're not. Have you? Yeah. Maybe it's just me.
Oh, come here! This isn't how I wanted to spend our afternoon. Oh, I should have known better, I suppose. We could pretend we're at one of those fancy cafes, you know, the ones that make you pay extra just to sit in and listen to the rain. And welcome, mesdames, bonjour, to Café de Drizzle. Such an idiot. It's my dad, let's go.
Have you ever walked through a city late at night, whilst the glistening embers of street light dance across the shop front as you hold hands with someone who feels like every moment ever? His soft striped grey and black jumper wrapped tightly between his fingers as they slid sweetly into yours. How the air makes his cheekbones curl into a pretty grin amongst a galaxy of freckles that are so perfect in placement that they could be painted. And you sit down in a forbidden field where not even God can see you. And you gaze up and philosophize about the ways and means of the universe until the morning frost creeps up your ankles, taking in that grey, dreary September morning together. And you think that this could be everything you'd ever wanted in your soul for?
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living, barely getting by. It's all taken and no giving. They just use your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. I should be on Britain's Got Talent.
Another game?
Who supplies everyone around with iced coffees? Okay, who's this stereotypical queer over here?
Look, I have seen better tactics from a toddler playing Monopoly.
Harsh.
Harsh but fair.
Fine. Ready?
Fine, you win, I guess. I've tried everything to find my name, and I've been through quite a lot. And the first time I started experimenting with names was online, Tumblr handles. And the first name I went by online was Bailey. See, I'm really into crime dramas, and I thought the old Bailey was really cool, so I thought I could be young Bailey. was 2016, a different time. I burned through names like a sweet young couple picking out the title for the newborn they're besotted with that can't quite make a solid decision. Something about each name just didn't quite fit. Can I please get 2 oat milk mochas, a latte, and a hot chocolate, please? I tried everything. Things that I thought were cool, places I liked, the mystical and obscure shit like Oak and Ashore, because we all know one. Something that made me feel like the Greek statue I wanted to be. I was 14, you can forgive me. Oh,
Good save.
First name I went by in person was Jane, because I really liked birds. There was almost called something completely different. See, I really liked the name Elliot, but my middle name's Paige. We'll see where we go with this. For the record, I was once going to be the world's first and only Elliot Page. I announced it to my parents over posting the TV, and like some morbid ceremony, we decided to tell our close friends and family when we got together on the weekend. There was fate would have it. The next day, Elliot Page comes out as Elliot Page, and my new plan, this cool 16-year-old personality, was scuppered by someone more famous than me. That's going back to the drawing board, because I am far too cool to be the world's second Elliot Page.
I went by Asher for a while, but I thought it made me sound like I was obsessed with Pokemon. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm actually obsessed with volcanoes, these huge mounds of rock and lava that have the power to, in just one moment, to completely change the world. So I went by something a little bit more normal. I went by Alex for a while, until someone misgendered me, because Alex is both a boy's and a girl's name, and they didn't understand why, which is a shame, really, because I liked Alex. Yeah, that was a good time in my life, when I was Alex.
Back in college, I had this one friend who I met at Art Society. We used to sit at the same table together. We were into the same artsy, apocalyptic end of the world shit. We thought we were hipsters. Coffee drinking, black scarf wearing, cigarette smoking, hot ass bitches. She's really cool, actually. She had this red mullet back then that I could die for. Anyway, I've been out since college started, but it was October and I hadn't really put much thought into a name, which is odd because every single queer person I've ever spoken to has. So, every day after college we would go to a different chain coffee shop and try out a new name.
Coffee for Izzy, coffee for Eleanor, coffee for Lana, coffee for Sophie, coffee for Lily.
How much money did we spend?
It doesn't matter.
This is a nice story, don't ruin it with the details.
She came with me to everyone until we found one that really fit.
Coffee for Olive.
She was the one who said to go with Olive because that's who she saw me as. That's who I was, and that's how I found my name.
Holy shit!
These are awesome!
I told you to get them. I knew they'd look good on you.
And the best part about them, Dunga beans, look at the beans!
Wow, so gender right now.
I'm jealous.
Slay Queen.
Did you actually just say that?
Holy shit.
Oh, these are awesome, they're actually literally to die for.
Oh my god, guys, it's almost 5. We're going to miss the bus. It's cold around in respect.
Have you ever been to a gay club before?
No, it's my first one.
Holy fuck, I drew a rock, were you?
She's the only gay in the village.
Come on, they're opening the doors.
more. It's aching, it's sad, and I'm not doing it justice, but I want to explain it to you so you can really understand. There's a few things I think about when I want to feel this. One time I went to a concert with this girl. It was in Manchester. We'd both started uni, and it was snowing, and as we walked home we had to go to different parts of town, and all I remember was she took me down this alleyway, and we were kissing, and it was snowing under this street light, and it just felt so right, so cozy. A few months later there was this guy that I was seeing. We went to this house gathering together, and people were just listening to records and dancing, and it was that kind of dancing you see in rom-coms, that slow, dirty, heavy dancing. And we were both so buzzed and drunk and into each other. The room was just full of random people dancing. I don't get it really, it's just like every other club. Yes, it's hot and it's sweaty and, well, at least everyone here is
Tight. Yeah, I know. Don't you feel safer, freer?
You ever got to look over your shoulder, wondering who's behind you, watching your drink like a hawk?
I suppose.
I love this one. Come join me, please. I beg. Come on, please.
You're
Say
right.
it, thanks. Do you want to do a shot or something?
It's actually a pretty good song.
It's a fucking banger.
I love it. You know, being here is one of the few places that I feel completely safe. Like I can be me. Where else can you go that isn't the uni bar that blasts album till 3 in the morning? It's just a fucking pink pony club. Everyone is just fucked up in their own little way. It's like primary school disco with all buzzed up on those little neon blue boxes of juice. Come in, let your trauma out, release the crowd of hot and heavy bodies. Just laugh and dance and sing and scream and laugh and sing.
And you feel so free, and everyone's just here looking for a good time together, or with each other. That's you.
Carry my, no you can't read on my poker face. She's coming like nobody. Carry my, no you can't read on my poker face. She's coming like nobody.
But none of the aggro, none of the shit, all of the fun. In here, your queerness doesn't have to be a performance. It's blood and skin and sweat and clothes. It's who you are. And you can float amongst the crowd of new people, best friends for a night, or a moment in that unspoken bar.
And this drag queen, a lot of fucking drag queens. This gender is a performance. I aim to be good on stage, not here. Here it's all hugs and warmth and love. It's so warm. Carry my, no you can't read on my poker face.
And then you need a fan.
Hooray!
There is nothing better than a cigarette on the pier at 4 a.m. whilst you're holding your best friend's hand in high heels because her feet hurt 5 minutes into the walk home. And her mate's holding her hair back while she chucks up into a drain. Come on, love. Come on, baby. Come on.
This is the bit I enjoy. The quiet afterwards. When you're all buzzed out, and the words slosh around, and the world lays restful as the moon glints off of car windows further along the street. And you feel at peace, together with people that you love and you know, and you're safe and accepted, and who you are just melts away. It's not some political football or a joke at the dinner table from your granddad who just doesn't get it. You're you, you're young, and you're queer.
Happy birthday, dear Matthew. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to Ocean. Happy birthday to you.
I wish I knew you when I was younger. Like, I wish I knew then what I know now. That I, you know?
Yeah?
so unhappy before. Not knowing who I was. Not knowing if it was all real or just...
All in your head.
Yeah. When I first came out to my mum, she said, it's just a phase.
Yeah. But it wasn't. And you know it wasn't. That's why we're here now. That's why...
Yeah. Though being sad on my birthday...
Okay, do you want to see the present I got
yes,
you?
obviously, come on.
Okay, well, forgive me, it's a little bit handmade. I didn't have the time to go out and get something.
This was just my favourite day ever.
I really like you.
I like you too.
And I want to kiss you so bad right now.
Okay.
What? You don't have to.
No, I want to.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
For my end of term international relations project at uni, we had to take part in a model NATO debate. Our lecturer assigned us different roles. Some of us were speechwriters, some of us were diplomats, and some of us were NATO staff. I was assigned ambassador for Denmark. So we began our first debate, a discussion on how to support developing countries with building defence infrastructure. Our lecturer had invited some other courses and teams from other universities as well. There were barely any women and even less trans women, which says everything that you need to know about how accessible IR is for women, but sorry. I wanted to look the part, I wanted to stand out as a diplomat, and I wanted to stand out as a diplomat who also happened to be a trans woman. So I'd been charity shopping with a friend to find something perfect, something strong and female and me, not too old lady or Thatcher shoulder pads. It was the first time I'd ever worn a dress in public. Before then it had been something private. Something between me and my mirror, between the hallway that ran from my bedroom to my bathroom. I mean, you hear stories, see things online of women just getting harassed in the street, and I'd always been too scared. I mean, you see things online and a lot of things can feel impossible in the moment, but you just have to know that what you might discover might become your new normal. No one can tell you how to do this. There are no rules to being trans. You just have to write them for yourself. But I had people alongside me to help me make those rules, to make a binding agreement between myself, my friends, my queerness, and our queer community, to always be myself no matter how difficult. So I suppose, in a way, being queer is a lot like being a member of NATO. An attack on one of us is an attack on all of us.
Love is a simple word for trust. Without trust, there cannot be love. The two are inexplicably linked.
The pain of unrequited love is what proves your heart's still beating.
I dream we'll go somewhere that's green.
I'll see you Monday and Tuesday, and then no more again then for months.
Gender runs deep, but a part of our identity that runs deeper is our personhood, our membership to the human race.
I think it would surprise you to know how much you mean to me.
How can they look into our eyes and still they don't believe us?
We don't need to be related to relate. We don't need to share genes or a surname because you're my chosen family. So no one can tell me that this is all an illusion.
I have the murderous desire for love.
clear pivots. At least that's what politicians do. You've got to see this.
Love that falls short of the conditions of existence.
Love is careless in its choosing. I, however, am not. We walk through gardens of people and choose our favourite flowers to water, and some people can water them all. I have to tell you something.
Okay.
But you have to promise not to freak out.
Okay.
So you know we've been friends since like
Primary school.
primary school, and that you're like
Your best friend ever, and that I know you kissed Joe right behind the bike shed in year 8 when he was going out with Kelsey.
sure.
Sorry, is this like serious?
No, it's not serious.
No, Elle, is this serious?
Oh, just let me speak.
Okay, sorry. Go on, blab mouth.
Right. Well. Shit, I had this whole fucking thing planned.
Sorry, just start again. Go. Go.
Okay. You're my best friend, and I wanted to tell you first. But I've had this feeling, for months, years, maybe. I don't know. And it's not about kissing Joe, right? But it's
Sorry. Do you have a boyfriend? Or a girlfriend? Or neither?
Casey, just let me speak.
Sorry.
I think I let girls actually like girls.
Like. No, sorry, you're not.
What?
Like. Are you fucking serious? Elle, I don't care who you like, but don't ever call it like again.
Sorry.
Yeah, you should be. So what does this make you like? Gay, lesbian, bi, my lesbian best friend? Because Selena Gomez is hot, okay? Wizards of Waverly Place, H-O-T, but... Oh.
I don't know. Not yet.
Were you scared? Oh. I'll always love you.
Growing up, my best friend Aaron and I were obsessed with rowboats. We went one summer down with our families to the local canal, and the idea that you could go anywhere, or what we thought of anywhere, with just a little basket and some picnic baskets, it was mind-blowing. And we spent the rest of the summer on Mom's blue tile kitchen floor, pretending that we were rowing down the River Nile or through the Amazon rainforest. Occasionally dashing out of our wash basket boat to explore the riverbanks, climbing over sofa cushions and rummaging through the cracks for coins. Or even to go outside with an empty jam jar and collect specimens of species. Or we caught all sorts. We caught ants and worms, stick insects, and crickets. Of course, when you're a kid, your imagination does the heavy lifting. This idea that you can be anyone, go anywhere, do anything. I used to dream that I was this courageous pirate sailing through the seven seas, or that I was a secret spy driving a speedboat down a treacherous river full of rocks and snakes.
Why am I dead?
Because you are. Come on, it was innocent, you know, just pure, unfiltered joy, just kids playing, explorers, no existential dread, no opinions, no one sitting us down to tell us that what we were dreaming of was wrong. So when I would dream that I was just me doing all of this and not well, it didn't seem odd. It was just part of the game. And then one summer we spotted from a distance an island, and I called out to my shipmates, "Land ahoy!" We charted our course for its shores. From a distance, it looked beautiful. lush green leaves. It was dark and murky, and as we hopped out of our boat and pulled it from the water, you could feel 1,000 eyes all on you. But as they say when you go on a bear hunt,
We're not scared.
and so we carried on. Oh, it's funny, isn't it? That same sense of adventure and imagination. This idea that you can go somewhere new and not be scared, but to be in awe of this new land. It's not something that many people carry with them into their adulthood. It's like somewhere along the way we got lost and traded our childhood curiosity for a cold, stony, gatekeeping compass that only points towards fear of difference or change. And it doesn't happen on your own. We are subject to islands of misinformation and mistrust. We swap our rowboats for mobile phones full of Facebook fantasies and conspiracy theories. We go from islands of dark blue waters to ones of dark web conspiracies. And you find your way onto Turf Island. This isn't the age of exploration or acceptance or tolerance. There's no secret woke agenda to turn all the friggin' frogs gay. Our country has fallen into the age of everyone arguing over who's allowed on the map. This same map that we grew up pretending was infinitely expansive, always getting better and more accepting, and instead of finding out how much we have in common, some people are just hell-bent on dividing it with imaginary lines because of where I sit or stand.
Order, order. Let me speak, I want to say.
I ask you, how can anyone sit here and say the LGBTQ+ community should not feel discriminated against when everything that's been put forth recently has been unreasonable?
Order. Angela Rayner, Labour.
Madam Speaker, this is a really sensitive discussion. And if you look at the amount of young people, the suicide rates amongst young people from a transgender background is a scourge on society.
Nonsense.
Anyone listening should not be offended by trans lives. Transgender individuals are not a threat, Madam Speaker. It's not that they're choosing to live or be a particular gender. That isn't how it feels for people going through that process. It feels and is that this is who they are. We want to ensure that people are valued and protected for their identities, not hounded from society because of it.
Order. Rishi Sunak, Conservative.
It's a bit rich, Mr. Speaker, to hear about promises from someone who's broken almost every single promise he was elected upon. I can count almost 30 in the last year. Pension planning, public sector pay, tuition fees, second referendum, defining a woman. Although in fairness, that was only 99% of a U-turn. At the same time, over the period, Ed Davey over here has been trying to convince everyone that women have penises. You know, I am a big fan of teaching biology up to the age of 18, but maybe we can all focus on biology up to the age of 18. How to count and multiply, not taught some political slogans. Children need to be taught traditional moral values, not taught that they have this inalienable right to be gay.
Sarah Dyke, Liberal Democrats.
This is a particularly difficult discussion because people are being discriminated against.
Oh,
Their
yes.
mental health impacted, and particularly because the debate around trans rights becomes so heated so quickly. So far, the hurdles put in the way to be who they want to be is just unreasonable and unjustifiable.
Yes.
Ed Davey, Liberal Democrats.
This debate is a chance for us to acknowledge the violence and discrimination that the whole of the LGBTQ+ community face, and how we must change that. From repealing Section 28 to supporting the Marriage Equality Act, we have seen LGBTQ+ rights strengthened and developed in the UK in the past 20 years. But we must not get complacent. Violence against the whole of the LGBTQ plus community is far too commonplace. We must fight for the right, for the whole of the LGBTQ plus community until it is achieved.
Alicia Cairns, Conservatives.
You can say that you have concerns, but by removing and ridiculing the T, you are suggesting that transgender people do not exist. You are suggesting that they are lesser than other LGB people. It was trans people who fought with gay people at Stonewall. It was trans people who fought alongside them for gay rights. When you remove the T, you are suggesting that they are lesser.
Yeah,
In future, I will happily discuss the intricacies of legislation with you, but when you intentionally choose to eradicate and marginalise them, then that is wrong.
Shut up with it!
Division. The House has decided. An association of 25 or more people can be limited to men only or women only, and can be limited to people who each have two protected characteristics. A woman-only or lesbian-only association should not admit trans women, biological men, and a men-only or gay men-only association should not admit trans men, biological women. Sale and supply of puberty blockers via private prescriptions for the treatment of gender incongruence and or dysphoria to be banned indefinitely in the UK for under 18s. World Aquatics voted to stop transgender women from competing in women's elite races if they have gone through any part of the process of male puberty. Were there any transgender people present when these decisions were made? No. Oh dear.
Sometimes it's to remember that we live in a society that, despite all the progress we've made as a community towards equality, that it's still normalised for queer people to be treated so poorly, that someone's got to stand up and stick it to the queer agenda. My brother's fallen down the Ben Shapiro pipeline. And the worst bit is my brother's not a bad person. He was the best older brother growing up. He'd take me to the park, we'd get ice creams after school. He was everything a younger sibling wanted from their older brother. Sure, he sometimes did things that made him out to be a bit of a dick, but he's changed. The shiny movement of fragile masculinity. Andrew Tate and Peter Jordan's owning the libs and sticking it to the Dems. Swala Braverman's battle with the tofu eating woke artery with me, now he won't even speak to me. Or, if he does, it's telling me how he can help me stop being a victim of grooming by dark forces, or that I'll never be a real man. What the fuck a real man is. And I feel sorry for him. I do, because he doesn't realise how much energy he's wasting on this invisible boogeyman. Hating me because I killed his little sister, but that we could build a new relationship as bros. Just want my older brother back. We've gone from sharing ice cream to not even going to sit at the same dinner table together. He won't look at me. He won't see me. He won't get to know who I am. And it's not like being who I am is easy. Because don't you think, Michael, that if I could be a pretty little cis girl, I would be? Who the fuck wants to be trans? It's years of holding your breath and sitting on some NHS list waiting for support that'll never arrive. Maybe Lee Anderson should worry about that instead of fucking song. And how these chronically online Discord mouth breathers have fed into a phobia that I'm the boogeyman. I just exist. On the daily, I serve pints at Wetherspoons. And now I don't have a brother. I live with a stranger.
as lesbian. In PSHE, we were learning about relationships, what they look like, signs, grooming, healthy and unhealthy, porn addictions, the beautiful act, as one Dustmoth science teacher called it. She'd asked the teacher why all of the photos on the slides were of men and women, said that the school should be teaching LGBTQ kids what a queer relationship might look like, or, you know, at least not ignore them. It all spiralled from there and the rumours started. There was shouting in the corridors, toilet doors covered in stains. And she got all sorts of shit, all sorts of abuse online.
Sarah is a massive dyke.
She's a carpet muncher.
Calculators with the words
Babies!
at her during maths. And it was awful. It was really, really awful. She was the only out person in our year. And she hadn't even chosen to come out. She hadn't actually come out. She just hinted that it might be nice, it might be good, it might be progressive to see some representation on the PowerPoint slides. Looking back now, I know that she wasn't the only one and that I wasn't the only one, but it didn't matter at the time. She was alone and scared. I could see how alone she felt. She took to sitting at the back of the library during lunchtimes, hiding away from everyone else. She'd hang back after school so no one could see her walking home. So I thought maybe, if I told her that I was gay too, then at least she wouldn't feel so alone. I ran into her in the toilets by the music block after school. Classic gay habit, I think about it now. We stood by the sink, washing our hands. I didn't look at her, she didn't look at me, it was just the sound of the water going. I'm gay too. We didn't talk about it ever again. She's got a girlfriend now, went to Lincoln and studies forensic psychology.
When I first started going to party meetings, I wanted to carry my queer identity with me, like a badge of honour or a big red target on my back. I had a choice to make. Either I would wear it proudly, stand up early, do it for the girls, gays and theys, or I let someone in a suit and tie make some snide comment about my flamboyant way of talking, when really, just a little bit too assertive for their liking.
What I never expected was that I'd become the queer one. In certain spaces, if you're young or queer,
Or God forbid both.
you stick out like a sore thumb. You don't just exist, you become a symbol, a statement. Not just in public, but in rooms where you thought people were on your side. Suddenly it's your entire personality, regardless of your skills, your ideas, your passions. You could be fighting for sustainable development, for education reform, for parental rights.
But none of that matters.
You're just the queer one.
When I first got elected, I found myself in a room of people introducing themselves, listing off their years of experience, their credentials, and then they turn to me and smirk and say, "I've been doing this since before you were born." Yeah, no shit. I'm 19, you're nearly 90.
The other week, a friend of mine called me. He'd been spat at in the street for holding hands with his boyfriend. His voice was shaking, not because he was crying, but because he was angry. I've heard similar stories before. In town, I've seen students followed and harassed just for dressing a certain way. A couple shouted at for sitting too close on a bench. Normal things that straight couples do, until someone decides it's provocative when the gays do it.
And yet we insist, politically, we insist that diversity is strength, that every community deserves respect, that we're moving forward. Not that the numbers don't lie. There were 26,152 cases of LGBTQ+ hate crimes in the UK in 2022 alone. And hate crimes against the trans community rose by 56%, and that's just what was recorded. I wish my being there, my being me in these spaces was enough to hold back the tide, to be a wall between. I just want to change something, shift perspectives, beat the fucking drums, but sometimes I just don't feel like I'm doing anything.
I don't expect my queerness to be revolutionary.
But I do want it to mean something. But sometimes I just feel like I'm a token, trotted out at some unwinnable election proof that we're diverse and edgy and not like the other lot.
I wish we did more.
I wish we actually stood up against the national government on remission and trans rights. I wish we were louder.
Bolder.
That we didn't just say we stood with the queer community, but that we actually led the charge.
Used our voices.
She took up space, but I'm just drowning in the noise. Because when I started doing this, I wanted to change something. Because I thought that if we fought hard enough, if we spoke loud enough, if we worked together, that we could actually do something. But sometimes I just feel like I'm part of the problem. Because what have I done? What have all my efforts got me? What have I actually changed? We wave a flag once a year, and I'm not even that young anymore. I'm just tired.
So, are you going to sell us the tea?
Come on over here.
Where'd you meet him?
What's he like?
No,
What have I told
yes,
you about
I
Binder?
know, but it's fine.
No, it's full of creeps.
And unsolicited
No, you
pictures
don't have
from
to say anything.
But is he cute?
What are these?
Why does he kind of look like Dan and Phil circa 2016?
Rocks and cat whiskers.
Stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
He not.
I'm just teasing.
Oh, he seems sweet. Thanks.
Went for a walk at the canal.
That's a cute first date.
He's a wedding photographer.
Cute photos of you two by the Eiffel Tower then.
We got on those boats and went out on the quay.
Very romantic.
So sweet.
Good for you, Adam.
I really like him.
Adam, every single guy you meet, you're instantly in love. You
Yeah,
can't
okay,
follow.
coffee, anyone?
Flat white, iced mocha and an Earl Grey tea.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm glad we're getting him to go, otherwise we're going to be late for the parade. If 15-year-old queer little me could have asked for one thing, it would be to have a job in a career that I enjoy, to live with my friends and to just have fun. It's not very ambitious, but I actually think my childhood was just normal. Me being queer kind of just flew under the radar. I didn't really get noticed. Like, sure, I get teased for not having a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and the girls would try and thrust some spotty football lad into my arms, but I just tell them I wasn't interested. I think coming out as asexual is kind of underwhelming. Like, it's kind of an anti-climax. Don't start with the climax jokes. I think that was part of the problem. My parents were just so stuck in their ways, they just didn't understand for a while. They'd come home, they'd make dinner, they'd barely speak to one another. And okay, so that's not overly normal, but it's hardly some tragic villain arch that leads to the destruction of the world. It just was. I think the lovelessness of their relationship helped me decide that that wasn't something that I wanted. Don't tell them that. I don't think Mum would appreciate it. Going to university gave me the space to finally figure out who I wanted to be. 3 years to firm up my idea of what life could be like, as opposed to what I'd been told growing up. I didn't have to find a nice man and settle down and have kids. That life could be filled with fun and parties and friends and flats and rats. I'd have liked less rats. Someday soon, I'm going to come home to the house that I own with my friend, and my books, and my plants, and a job that I enjoy and will keep life fun, never dull. I spent years wasting away in my bedroom. So, one day soon. That is if we can afford the rent. I'm coming out.
I want the world to know. Got to let it show. I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Got to let it show.
Oh my god, I can't believe we're actually here.
Right? Who'd have thought a pride parade in our little village?
We're not exactly a village.
Yeah, 30,000 people live here.
Yeah.
Not exactly a village.
I know what you mean there.
You know, a few years ago, the council would even wave the flag, and now look at it, up there.
Don't applaud them for it. It's not political progress. It's what they should
that I'm queer, you know.
Isn't this conversation a bit on the nose, you know? Considering.
Considering what?
They're right there.
Hello.
Oh, you know who? Oh, right, yeah, hi. We're not.
Well, we are.
We're chatting shit.
What about you, though?
Oh, look at them. They're smiling at us. Like, actually smiling at us.
Who'd have thought so many people lived here?
We don't all live in Manchester and Brighton, you know.
Yeah, some of us like it here where we grew up. It's ours just as much as it is theirs.
It's nice to feel like, even if for 1 second, for a moment, for one day, once a year,
I know.
it's nice to know.
It's like it's normal now. It is normal. That's not what I'm saying.
I suppose.
You remember those posters they used to pop in schools? Some people are gay, get over it.
Oh, iconic shit. Of course, horrific bullying, but iconic.
Oh my god, look at that drag queen!
And it's like, everyone is gay. No, not everyone's gay. I just mean, like, maybe they're easier to see, or,
Yeah, my barista's gay.
Stereotypical.
my lecturer.
My hairdresser.
My doctor and my dentist.
The ladies next door are lesbians.
Wait, really?
What, you thought they were just good friends?
God, okay, I see your point.
My manager at work.
The guy who works front desk at the cinema.
The gardener, you know, who's always on campus.
Alright, we get it. Something in the water, it turned the frickin' frogs gay.
Guys, I think it's about to start raining. Maybe we need to head inside.
To be seen or not to be seen? That is the question. Whether it is safer in the mind to shrink, to straighten, to fold myself into a shape more palatable, or to bear my colours, bold and bright, and by existing invite the slings and arrows of a world that does not wish to see me. To hide, to pass, no more. And by passing to say I avoid the heartache and the 1,000 daily stares that queerness is heir to. 'Tis a consummation, devoutly to be wished. To hide, to pass perchance to vanish. Aye, there's the rub. For within that erasure, what self is left? What joy, what breath, what love remains when the world only embraces the ghost of you? Thus, fear does make cowards of us all. And thus the bright flame of our being is smothered in the grey veil of conformity. And yet, what life is half a life? What future is one spent always looking over the shoulder? No, to be fierce, to be unyielding, to take up space, and let the world tremble for it. For who are we, if not ourselves? Alright, that was a bit much, but still, I meant it.
Okay, but what can a bright young queer do?
Well, I just did a whole speech about that, so live comfortably in your own skin.
Live outside of gender and relationship norms. You don't always have to be masculine or feminine.
Yeah, you can reject the concept of labels or go clothes shopping in any section that you want to. Fuck the gender divide.
Yeah, fuck gender.
Love yourself.
Do so many things.
Smile.
You can get some confidence.
Be true to who you are.
Yeah. Always believe in yourself.
Be accepted.
An experiment. Even if you don't find something that's quite right, you might have learned something.
Change your name and pronouns however many times you need to.
Set boundaries and not let other people cross them.
Do you know what else you can do, guys? Make
Art!
Have a good day.
Make a cup of tea.
Finish your masters or, get your damn driver's license.
Find a community that you trust.
Don't let the twats and haters get you down. You are so much better than them and you deserve to know that.
Be kind and understanding to other people.
And you can be normal. Be unapologetically yourself. Bye!
Lucy and Yak. Although it'd be nice if they used more male-centered models. I just like they don't grease too much.
cut and dye your hair as many times as you need until your best friend tells you you have to stop.
Be
Sources report that his ex-wife has
This
been...
is the first time Jason has agreed to address the public since...
Corinth's royal family has been rather
such a
silent.
outburst of emotion.
A dramatic disappearance after the announcement of the engagement.
Allegations surrounding his divorce.
Which will be televised right here.
It's heartbreaking, sure, but the jealousy seems to be getting to
Truly a role model for everything we stand for.
This tragic loss of Yolkus.
Counting down the days until he officially takes the
To
crown.
me, he seems...
Bringing unnecessary attention to herself.
Nice guy, he just seems genuine.
I felt this hatred in her eyes.
Conflicting reports on the reason for the split.
Jason! Jason! Here! Jason! Jason!
Thank you, guys. Distinguished guests, it's a great pleasure to be addressing all of you today. Especially, I would like to thank the organizer of this event for making it all possible. There are no words that can express my gratitude for being allowed to stand here in front of each and every one of you.
We don't want you here.
A little under a year ago, I arrived on your shores, crestfallen, full of mourning for the loss of my home milkers. Although it seems like a long time had passed since his loss, the wound never quite healed. The place I grew up in, the place I was born to protect with my life, the place I fought with every fiber of my being to keep. When I arrived here, I had no idea what the fates had in store for me.
We have no sympathy for you.
I had, of course, heard about the beauty of this country, the bravery of its warriors, and its intoxicating culture. But no one warned me of the kindness I would discover here. Let alone, I'm going to say it, love. Love for this nation, passion for living, and most importantly, the love of my life. I will not waste your time listing all the joys that this wonderful place has offered me. And excuse me for sounding like an emotional teenage boy who discovers love for the first time. But that's exactly how I feel. My life has never felt complete until I arrived here. And I owe it all to you. I owe it all to your generosity, Corinth. Ready? After Plies, cruelty and greed took everything away from me. My home, my beloved father, my family, my future. I felt hopeless.
We don't care.
He sent me on an unfeasible quest to find what is referred to as Golden Fleece, an artifact guarded by gruesome Clochian dragons, promising that Ilkus will be returned to its rightful heir after its retrieval. I took up this challenge, and many more with my faithful assembly of warriors, the Argonauts, my fiercest sporters and the best a young man could ever wish for. After retrieval of Golden Fleece, Fly's promise was broken. He refused to let go of the crown. Following Fly's trouble in passing, and my perceived association with my ex-spouse, people of Ilkus used their democratic right to seek another leader.
What makes you worthy to be our leader? You shouldn't believe him.
When Ilkus slipped through my fingers the second time, I thought that was the end. I was born to wander aimlessly for the rest of my life, seeking some greater purpose that was never to be revealed. And then I landed here. And I felt it, the whisper of hope. I only wish my father could be here today.
Womp womp.
To see the joy on his son's face on his wedding day. Despite enormous losses, life can continue. I know he's somewhere out there watching over me, knowing that I have finally found a place once again I can call a home. Corinth, The trust bestowed upon me by your people, by your government, by your royal family is inconceivable. I could have never dreamed of this. I have nothing to offer other than my humble services and promise to spend the rest of my days paying you for your kindness and trust.
What about Medea?
I hold no grudges for the people of Ilcus, for desiring the best for their leadership. And I attach no fault to my ex-spouse's involvement in the loss of the crown. Right here, right now, I turn a new page. Begin another story. A story of hope, healing, and duty. All I have, I promise to you, Karen. I will carry the duty administered to me with everything I have. Only 2 more days until Glance makes me the happiest man in the world.
Jason, one question, just one question. Is it true that your children are currently in the custody of your ex-wife Medea?
Yeah, it is true.
And what does that mean in regards to their safety? Reports of her outbursts of anger have been coming in for days. Shouting and screaming can be heard from the home. Rumors are that she hasn't left the house since your departure. The concern is, of course, that due to the fact that her violent nature is what caused you the loss of Ilcus the second time.
Medea and I are trying our best to settle the custody. I cannot comment on any of these rumors, but I think we should take them as they are rumors. Medea and I were an ill-fated match from the very beginning. Something we didn't realize in our naive youth. But with the age comes wisdom and we can act accordingly. That's the last I will say about it. I hope we will find a compromise that will work for both the parties.
But what about the royal
Many
threats?
have traveled from near or far to see this event.
What about the royal threats that she has?
Thank you. I will conclude it by saying
The palace has to
I
respond
will
to these
spend the
threats.
rest of my days paying you for your kindness, Colin. Have a wonderful rest of the days. Thank you.
You really ought to return your key. Can't have anyone coming in and out of my house as they please.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. The boys are outside with the nurse. I understand that you can't be seen around here often, but they do miss you. They always ask me when they may get to see you, and I never know what to tell them. Only if it's every other fortnight, or I don't know, maybe they could come to the palace? Here, Alkai made you a picture at school. I'll just put it in the box with the rest of the other stuff. Here it is. The nurse also collected whatever else she left here, plus added a few bits the children wanted to give you, like the pictures and... Should I grab the boys, or... What is it?
We need to talk.
I thought we already had the talk. What more do we need to talk about?
It isn't easy for me to say.
Stop wasting my time, Jason.
I tried to stop it. I know you won't believe me, but I did. I just wanted you to hear it from me. Crown the king.
Oh.
He's scared, Medea. He's heard all about it, what happened in Ilcus. The photos have been released. Creon was very disturbed by all of it. The remains. He's worried about the safety of his family. Think about it. If you can get two daughters to cut up their own father into a billion minuscule bits, who knows what else you can do? He's worried about the safety of his daughter.
If he's so frightened for his daughter's safety, then he probably shouldn't welcome a viper into his home.
There is no way you didn't see this coming. You haven't taken the split well. Don't get angry. She had no choice but to talk. When the nurse talked to the royal officers, she said, You are not eating, you are not sleeping, you are not taking any interest in anything anymore. Not even the boys. You have neglected the house. She's been doing everything for you. I understand it's difficult, but you can't shut off, it's not.
I'm not shutting off. And I don't know what the nurse has been saying behind my back, but I'm fine.
It's not acceptable. You cannot. I want you to stop. I want you this will happen. You cannot be so surprised. People found out about your behavior. The palace has made a decision, Vidya. You are to leave Corinth before the wedding. You are hereby exiled from the Corinth, never to return. Take the children with you and...
Why are the children being punished
That's the
when...
final decision. Tomorrow at afternoon, officer will be sent to check that you have abandoned the premises.
Like hell you are.
I didn't plan for this to happen.
Yes, somehow it did.
I had no say in the decision. They only told me last night. I tried to talk you out of it. I really did. But your actions or signal is the same thing. Listen, I came here as soon as I could. I just wanted you to find out through me. We will release the statement this afternoon.
But I haven't done anything. I haven't stepped foot anywhere near... You selfish coward. How could you let this happen?
This isn't about me letting this happen. This is about you making it happen. I told you to stop being aggressive with the reporters. I gave you the responses to give them. I gave you the chance to stay here. And what did you do? Nothing. We both landed here at the same time. We both had the opportunities to make our life better. And what did you do? Nothing. Didn't make any allies.
If by making allies you mean adultery, then no, I didn't.
You are just upset because I made something of them. And you couldn't. No, you wouldn't. I saw the second chance to offer my children a better future. They could have been taken care by the palace, raised as heirs. I saw the second chance to offer them a better future and I took it. And you refused to understand it.
I will not be the only one punished for something that we both did. We planned to deceive Police's daughters together. I'll tell them everything. I'll tell them how you're nothing but a pathetic crook.
Who is going to believe the woman being exiled for treachery? And have you ever considered that? Do I look disgusted because I realized what we did was wrong?
Don't give me that. The only thing that you regret is that you lost, nothing else. And somehow, it's all my fault. When
Whose fault is it then? It wasn't me the people of Ilkas were terrified
Of
of.
course they weren't terrified of you. What's there to fear?
Let's make one thing clear. Whether I had your help or not, I could have
Help? Is that what you call having someone else do your work for you?
I didn't need you. I could have succeeded either way.
That's not exactly how I remember it. Almighty hero.
If it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for the fear of you, I could have
They
it.
didn't want you. Even if they never found about Polias, they never would have wanted you. Because he was a weak, selfish...
Can you even hear yourself? Talking about Pliers getting him torn into pieces by his own daughters? Like it was nothing? That's exactly why everyone here wants you gone.
Everyone here wants me gone, or do you?
I had told you had nothing to do with it.
Ever since we landed here, you've wanted to act like everything that happened between us never did.
I understand you are upset. I didn't come here to fight you.
So why did you come? You could have let me find out through the announcement, but you came all the way over here.
Despite it all, I do feel bad for you. We were doomed from the start. You could not have known it. It wasn't fair on you.
What isn't fair is my husband leaving me for a young princess and pretending he's doing it in the name of fairness or for the good of his sons.
You desperately want to romanticize this. to make it sound like a tragic love story, but it's not. I married you to protect you, to save you from your own betrayal of your family, no other reason. It would be easier for both of us if you would accept that this was never real.
Easier for who?
I'm just to help you, okay? The fates dealt you an awful hand, okay? But I'm sure you can rebuild your future somewhere far away from here.
Of course you want to believe in fate. Because then you'll have no responsibility for anything that ever happened. Isn't it so much easier to blame something or someone else than face the truth? To face the fact that you hurt someone without giving it a second thought? To admit the fact what you did was wrong? It takes a certain amount of courage to do so, which you clearly don't have.
You cannot see the facts when they're right in front of you.
The facts? The facts are I left my family. I betrayed all of them because I chose you. Gods know why I did, but I did. Then you left me. You chose to leave me, simple as. But do you even know what you want? Or are you chasing shadows of a promised future that were never yours to hold?
Stop it. It isn't about me and it isn't about love. It made you think that you love me, the sooner you accept that. But I'm letting you go now. You can choose where your future is. But it isn't with me here.
Do you realize how infantilizing this is? I made a choice. A bad one, obviously. I made a choice and now we're facing the consequences. You want me to lament some prophecy or some ill fate?
I know what the noise is.
I'm not finished.
Go.
I do regret it. I regret choosing you. I regret all I did for you. You can lie to everyone out there, but I won't have you lie to me about my own experiences.
I know what the goddess told me. It doesn't matter. This should keep you going for a while.
I don't want it.
You need it.
I don't want anything from you.
Dear, pack only essentials. You don't know how long you'll be traveling for. Take the children with you. You'll be fine. You are resourceful. You will take care of them for me, won't you?
How is it that you still want more from me? What do you expect me to do? Where am I supposed to go?
I trust you will find your way.
How can you be so calm? You're standing there telling me that your children are exiled to nowhere, never to return, and that you might never see them again. And you're there offering money and telling me that everything's going to be okay like it's nothing?
You are better off away from here.
Do you want to say goodbye to them?
No. It will just only upset them.
Will it upset them or will it upset you?
Would have never been happier. You know that, right?
Are you happy now?
I'm not happy with the situation at hand. But gently, yes, I am.
Nothing left to say then. You know, after everything we've been through, if you couldn't have been a husband or a father, the least you could have been is a friend.
Did you hear what happened to Goliath? Torn into tiny bits by his own daughters. Can you imagine? Have you seen the pictures? Oh my god, they're everywhere, no? Do you want to? Yeah? Okay, let me just. Ah! Weirdos! Why on earth would you want to see something like that? It's a real human being that we're talking about here. Anyways, I always think something was like fun, dear. I mean, what sort of woman doesn't want to have custody of her own children? Doesn't she love them? What kind of mother doesn't love her own children? The nurse must have been right. She's been neglecting them. Did you see how she crumbled when he asked her about it? I mean, I'm not surprised she was a murderer. Now that I think about it, all the signs were there. I feel for her. No, really, I did. Jason's left her with nothing, and now he's clearly using the princess too. I don't believe for a second he loved either of them. He's just a
fool with a camera who thinks he can trick us all into believing him.
He's lying. You can see that, right? He doesn't care about us. We're just numbers to him. But, I mean, if she's killed a king before, what's to stop her from doing it again? She is a threat. Although, do you really think she's really capable of anything? She seems too broken to do anything about it. I feel for her. Really. I do. She's done all these things for him, and how does he repay her? She's just an empty shell of a woman. What could she do? And listen, it's no secret, I'm not Jason's biggest fan. But, if he really didn't know about it, he had to leave her. What kind of person does that to another human being?
I loved my father.
No, you didn't!
No one seems to believe me when I tell them that, but I did. Even when I ran away to join the Argonauts.
We know what you did to Polias, you can't deceive us.
I also had a normal childhood. I bet you've been wondering what could possibly make her act like that. Everyone wants to think that something must have happened to me or that I didn't know what I was doing. That must have been spellbound or fated. Anything to make me more palatable. But I think people are too quick to make excuses nowadays. My father always treated me like I was a delicate flower. Like I would wither easily at any given point, but that's not who I was. I used to sneak into his office and study his maps on combat and war. After all, everyone told me that's where the glory lies. Whenever he called me, he would shush me away, telling me that was my brother's business. But see, it turns out I understood it all rather better than Aspetus. Bless his soul. My brother never saw that blade coming. Jason will have you think that he protected my honor by killing him, but only I know how my own hand shook. Just a little when I killed him.
You're a liar!
There was pure hatred in his eyes when he realized that I bested him again. He should have seen it coming, really, but he refused to. Even though our whole lives, I was more smarter, more tenacious than him. Father wouldn't acknowledge it because I wasn't supposed to be good at those things. I have planned and succeeded time and time again. I protected Jason in the battles through my spells. I subdued the giant Talos. I put the cold chain serpent to sleep so Jace could grab that golden fleece. I convinced the Aeates not to return me to my father unless I remain unmarried. And this is how he repays me?
Oh, no one owes you anything.
I refuse to let this happen to me. I refuse to let this wedding happen. If he's a hero for all my successes, then I should be a hero too. We praise ruthlessness, do we not?
You'll never be a hero.
frightening at the same time. Here, they exile me because they fear me, but there, I'm powerless. And here, they also think that I'm just weak enough that I'll just pack my bags and go. I can't take it, the pity, the resentment. Make up your mind. I see it now. It wasn't me he wanted, but the power of it. The golden fleece. I was just a means to an end. When he laid it on our wedding bed, it wasn't me he was committing to, but to it. It's all I ever wanted. I wonder if the princess believes him like I believed him. If she thinks that he sees something in her no one else ever could. He doesn't love her. I know he doesn't. Maybe I was cursed by the gods. Maybe my initial attraction was artifice. But I know what followed it because I cared. I gave him airs. I followed him around the world. No one forced you to do anything. That was real to me. And then they hate me now for what I did for life. What about the praise Jason gets? I will not let it be this way. It's not fate he should be fearing. I will turn the golden fleece into a gorgeous coat. On it, I will sprinkle poison. Tiny drops seeped into the material unseen to the eye. I'll have it sent to the palace. And the second the princess puts it on, her skin will start burning and melting until she dies.
You have no just cause to harm the princess.
She will die. And anyone else who touches her will get contaminated by the poison and suffer the same fate. And with her, let his attempt to crawl back to power die. Let's see how he feels when his hard work is ruined. Poor Lord. I bet she's excited for her wedding night. That's what every girl dreams of, isn't it? No. She has to go. For him to suffer, she has to go!
The king has given Jason praise for his military tactics. The valiant hero who brought us the golden fleece along with...
Valiant hero. Did you hear that? I only wish you could see me now, father. See how smart and cunning your son is. Winning himself a princess, and with her, a crown. Not weak, not pathetic, and not a disappointment. I used to remember his mocking tone every time I picked up a sword, and I felt it in every bruise I earned while training. Not enough. When Blythe slaughtered him, my first thought was I knew it. I knew it, he wasn't invincible. He was the weak one, not me. Lucas was my right. I had trained and fought, and I had to put up with my father's constant slander. Because I knew it eventually would all be worth it. All of it only for Blythe to claim it. Because he felt like it. Because I didn't have the resources. All I could do was to accept his quest. And then Medea appeared in my life. I didn't understand her commitment. All the things she did for me. why? When Aphrodite confessed at her and Hera pushed her in the right direction, I understood it. She left her entire life behind. Not for me. She did it for the goddess, so they can win from my success. Jason's success. I never wanted to marry her. It was just the right thing to do. The devotion she showed, I could not. Even if the way she looked into my eyes and smiled, it felt more real than anything else in the world. It was not. They love me here. They see me for who I was always meant to be. A hero, a fighter, a diplomat. See my strength here. They chose me. Might not be Ilkas, but it will do nicely. Look at me. Look at me now, Father. Who is winning?
Jason?
Media?
I'm so sorry to call so late. I know you said to never contact her at the palace, but I really need to talk to you.
What's wrong, dear?
You were right.
What?
You were right. I was blinded by my jealousy. She's so much younger, she's prettier, people love her. I understand all of it. I just didn't want to accept it. I should have been less quiet, I should have been less aggressive. I damned our children to exile, Jason. And you might never see them again because of me. What kind of life can I offer them? And you, well, you could have kept them safe. I should have listened to you. I damned us all. I'm sorry.
Hey, you are okay, just breathe.
I didn't want to keep fighting. I didn't want to accept the fact that you were right and that we were better off separated, and
You're going to be okay.
No, it's not okay. You were just doing your best to help with everything and the family, and I ruined us all. I'm sorry.
Accept your apology. But there isn't much I can do. It's too late. I will come to you tomorrow before you leave to give the money. And I'm sure you can find somewhere far away from here where they don't know about flies. And I'm sure you can take the best care of the children you can.
Jason? Could you? Oh, no, it's impossible. Forget I said anything. I will go.
Don't go. What is it?
You were working with the palace to convince them to take the children in. Could you try to get them to convince their minds about them? They don't deserve to be punished, Jason. They haven't done anything. Please.
I don't know if it's going to be.
I'll give them peace offering. I have this gorgeous coat. Magical. It's supposed to protect the wearer. I want Glautz to have it. I can have it sent to the palace immediately. Consider it my wedding gift.
I don't know.
I will go, and they'll never have to see me again. I have too many enemies, and you know that as well as I do. Please, I just need them to be safe.
I have a wedding rehearsal tonight. I will try to talk to them. I will do my best. Nitya, I know this wasn't easy for you. Thank you.
Please, Jason, I just need them to be safe.
I hear footsteps. I have to go.
Goodbye. And there we have it. Our genius diplomat. He didn't even question it for a second.
Ha! You're a liar!
In the years we spent together, I was scared that he might have been able to see through me like I've seen through him. But clearly that's not the case. I will send the nurse to the palace with the gift. The princess will die tonight. There is no alternative. With everything I've said, one thing rang true. The princess is loved. The second the people of Corinth gone for that. Oh, my beautiful boys. Your rotten father has damned you to the life of runaways. He doesn't love you, he doesn't care about you. He simply didn't care. Not once did he even share remorse when he thought you'd been exiled away. I will not let my enemies touch you. No harm will come near you. You will not suffer at the expense of your father. I cannot let them get away with this. The gods don't seem to be interested in justice nowadays, so I must ensure of it myself. They have to die. I know it. They'll be hunted down, tortured in revenge for what I will do. Oh, is this the only way? Must Jason suffer? How can I let him win after everything I've done for him? How can I just leave it? How can I just accept it? Maybe I could take the children away. Hide. There's a chance I could rebuild my life, isn't it? I can't let them win. I can't let them take my life away. How will I look at myself in the mirror knowing I let them treat me like this? I've started seeing their images in the mirror. Weak, liar, crazy, covering my skin. They're all lies. Every one of them. I couldn't live with myself. Oh, not even for you. I love you so much, boys, but not even for you. I couldn't live like that. I've given too much of myself, I'm sorry. I have to end their lives. There's no other way. I owe it to them. I'd rather they die quick and painlessly. If they live, when they come after me, they'll hurt them and catch them. Not even my powers can save them from the entire world. Even if we escape now, they'll be fated on the run forever. Years and years of running. How can one call that living? And they hate me now. The second they find out who the fleece is from, they will come after me.
There's no doubt about that.
Gods, if you're out there, please, someone listen to me. Show me an alternative. Please act so I don't have to. I want to hurt them, but I have no other choice. Go on then, Fates. Come and tell me what my future holds. Come and tell me that Jason was right, that he dealt me a horrible hand, and that I couldn't have received anything else. Go on, say something! Oh, my darlings!
Now, the cost of inflation on...
There will now be an interruption to the regular program to bring you an important update. A few moments ago, the palace announced...
The princess was found with major scalds across her body and all signs suggesting poisoning. As of now, there isn't...
I'm saddened to report that the following statement has been released.
Breaking news. I repeat, breaking news. I'm reporting just outside the palace. Princess Klaus is dead. I repeat, Princess
The
Klaus...
king who has come into contact with the solution is...
Crucial condition. He's been admitted to the emergencies where everyone is trying to their
His
best.
Majesty ran into the room, shaking all over. The princess was laying on the floor. She was already gone. Her face was barely recognizable. We told him to stay away, that it might be contagious, but he would not listen.
No
He
arrests
just...
have been made at this stage.
The king is fighting for his
The
life.
only people to come into contact with her, the royal family, Jason,
The
and
reaction began when she put on one of the wedding
Medea,
dresses.
Jason's ex-wife, sent
Has been recognized as the golden
Jason
fleece.
has been...
Seems to have disappeared. Can only imagine he was alongside the king in these troubling times.
The palace has just confirmed. The king passed away during the operation.
It's done. It's done. It's done. They knew it was me. They recognized the fleece straight away from their way. I have to do it. I must finish the plan. I have to go in there and... I gave the nurse the rest of the day off. It's only us at the house. The princess is dead. The king is dead. I didn't expect him to die so... Quick, Medea, quick! It doesn't matter. You have to fly to Corinth.
safeguarded. I never thought she was capable of it. I let her get to grave. I let her think that she is capable of anything. That she is capable of a murder. Of course, she killed some serpents and some giants. But that's completely a different thing than being strong enough to stand against the whole nation.
She may as well be dead. They won't let her go.
If I didn't let her take the fall for Clive's death, I would have been sitting at family's table laughing at King's stupid jokes right about now. She would have never been exiled if they didn't think her that dangerous. Like it would have never provoked her. Of course, the fates won't let me forget the mistake I made years ago. They had to make the reason why I failed again. Medea did speak to Blythe's daughters. She disguised herself into Artemis like with accurate. She told them their poor and sickly father could be cured. Blythe was getting old. They were worried. So she told them if they would cut him into tiny bits and place him into boiling cauldron, she could use her power not only to bring him back to life, but to bring him back younger and healthier. They doubted her, of course. So she told them if they would cut him into tiny bits and place him into the cauldron, she could use her powers to bring him back to life. So for this, she took an old sheep, cut it in front of them, and placed it into the cauldron. She recited spells, made them think she can do it, and sure enough, she did it. Also they thought. What she actually did was hide a young lamb which she leased, claiming it was the original. She was convincing. Don't get me wrong. But the daughters couldn't get themselves to do it. We can't all be killers, I suppose. She left for the evening, said she will give them some time, but to call her as soon as Blythe will be ready for the ritual. I needed him gone. I had done everything he had asked me to do. I couldn't take him alongside his army. I would not let him have what was rightfully mine. He was just a man, like my father was. A man. So I waited to see if the daughters would do it. When they didn't, as they left to go to sleep, I snuck into his room. I did it myself. He was just a sick old man, didn't put much of a fight. So I did as Medea asked the daughters to do. I tore him into tiny bits and placed the knife with the daughters and then ran away. The authorities quickly figured out that daughters did it. They denied it, but no one believed them after all the knives were found in their room. Sit down. When they said that Artemis had wished it and had suggested them to do it, well, then they lost all the credibility. And unfortunately, someone saw Medea leave the palace, and then they put two and two together. And I thought to myself, perfect. If they blame Medea, I could plead myself innocence. So when the authorities took me in, I just told them that. I tell them, I didn't know. I didn't know what she had planned. I was disgusted by it. So they believed me. But the council didn't care. I needed their approval to claim the throne. They said I was associated with it. told them I would leave her. But they said it was a too brutal crime. They exiled us. No matter how much I fought to convince them to let me stay, so I stayed with her, even though she had failed me. If only she could have gotten the daughters to do the job, I could have been in the clear. I had to stain my hands in blood for nothing. I left with consolation prize. So we wandered aimlessly, pretending to be in love, trying to settle down anywhere that would have us. Until we landed here. Fresh page. We could have been happy individually. But she had to get too bold.
This is what caring gets you.
I didn't ask anything of her. I didn't ask her for care. I didn't need her. But I kept her. You know what? She made me feel like at the very least, I'm someone's hero. The way she watched me doing simple tasks like, I don't know, I'm holding the sky all on my arm. It felt good for a while. But it could not have been forever. It was never going to be enough. I just needed her to do one more thing for me. I just needed her to go and never show her face again. Why couldn't she just do this one more thing for me? Still, boys. They have started already? I'm done trying to help her. Let her lay in it. She dug her own grave. Let her be chased down. Wait. What about the children? What if she leaves the children behind? No!
It's done. Beautiful boys. Look at what they did to you. Shut up! Stop that! Stop it! There should be no sound coming from anywhere anymore. Not with them gone. No more sound, no more light, no more life. I'm never going to be able to hold them again. Never to feel, never to hold, never to feel the heat of their embrace. It's over! Don't you understand that it's over?
What are you still doing here? Guys, let's go, boys. Where are they? Oh. What did you? Where are they? Why are you going?
I did what I had to do.
You monster! How could you? But boys,
They're your boys now, are they?
how dare you call yourself a mother? How could you bring them to us just to kill them?
This is your fault.
not going anywhere. You have killed them, Lydia. The princess and king. And now, I'm going to personally ensure that you'll be arrested. I have you executed for this reason. You are not going anywhere. You will die for what you did to this family.
We stopped being a family a long time ago.
How could you do such a thing? First the princess, then king, and now?
Why are you here? Shouldn't you be mourning your fiancé?
How could you be so calm? They are dead, Medea. I don't think you understand what you did. Your children, they are dead, Medea.
I know. I saved them.
You saved them? You call what you did salvation?
They needed saving from you. You did this to them. My hand might have been the instrument, but you composed the melody. And don't pretend that you care. The second you disregarded me, you discarded them. I'm the only one who ever truly loved them. What do you know the sacrifices of being a parent? You should be happy. After all, you've done it now. There is no evidence that you used me just to throw me away. Oh. Great Jason, great hero. Spotless without Medea. I've set you free from the ruinous associations to me. And Jason, I hope it was worth it. I hope you can become who you truly always wanted to be. Alone. The whole nation can love you, but you will still be entirely alone. And now you can spend the rest of your miserable, pitful life chasing imaginary futures that are never yours to hold. But I'm free now.
I might have used you. How could you? Would you find this a suitable punishment? How could you ever justify this? You took away everything from them. And for what? To make me suffer? Did you truly hate me so much that you would destroy what you love the most? They didn't even get a chance to grow up to learn who they were or who they could be. The lost princes of Ilgus, my legacy. Gone. The guilt of this is going to kill you. Blood stains in my own hand. Haunt my every nightmare. But how will you live with yourself? When the blood in your hands of your children.
Come on then. Stop me. Arrest me. Kill me. We both know I'll walk out that door. Because the only way you're going to hold me down is if you kill me. This is your problem, Jason. Killing me might bring you the closure or the punishment that you're seeking, but you won't do it. Not because you care about me or anything, but it will simply make you look awful. And not to mention, you don't really have the guts for it.
I'll be stopping a murderer. Taking revenge from an insane woman who killed her own children.
Perhaps. But heroes don't seek revenge. Heroes don't harm those who need help. And clearly, I need help.
punished for this. God won't allow it. They will bring justice. You won't get away with this. You will be punished for this.
And yet, I see nothing stopping me. Goodbye, Jason.
It's been a week since the tragedy has struck the nation. A day that was supposed to mark the beginning of an era full of hope was destroyed. Turned into our worst nightmare. The loss of the princess has left me a broken man. There are no words that can express the grief that has become a part of me. However, in our darkest moments, we need people to lean on. And I'm here to state, no matter what has happened or will happen, I'm still here. And my commitment to this nation has not swayed. I'm here to serve this country in whichever way its people need it. I will not forget the momentary bliss you have offered me, the memory of which I will hold up to until my life. After killing my children cold blood, Medea escaped. Before authorities reached and before anyone seeing her, she disappeared. If anyone has any information about her whereabouts, please report immediately. Thank you.